As a person that is high sensitive and then high empath, many people have the difficulty to digest the amount of information. I had really had to learn how to deal with it and how to integrate it in my own life to be able to help people, but also be able to stay grounded and basically have a healthy lifestyle. And luckily, I was born into a family that was very much aware and conscious of health, of spirituality, of also mindset work. My parents, they had health food stores here in Vienna, and they were kind of pioneers in the field of consciousness and health and also meditation. I had all of these beautiful and positive vibes in my childhood. I was really lucky in that sense. And then in my early 20s, I had a huge spiritual awakening at a Vipassana retreat. Maybe some of you know what that is. It's a Buddhist meditation retreat, 10 days silent. And I remember that I was really struggling with myself in these 10 days because I went to the retreat in Germany and I knew that my life is going to change completely when I registered. And when I was there for the first 4 or 5 days, the only thing I was thinking about was how can I quit the retreat? I was just fantasizing about finding reasons to talk to the teacher and the supervisor. How can I quit? I needed an excuse because I was so struggling with my own ego. And then I think it was on the 6th day or the 7th day of the 10-day silent retreat, I had this beautiful awakening experience. Everything was just so different. It was just a moment where maybe you can say my ego surrendered or my mind finally just went blank. I had a complete reset. And all of a sudden, I just knew what the truth is about myself, about the world. And I knew that there is this field of reality that is totally different and it is always accessible for us, and that it's peaceful, that I have this source of peace and love inside me and I could access it. And that was the most important thing, that I could access it and I could feel it. That was the beginning of my, let's say, spiritual journey. And from then on, that is now like 25 years ago, a long time. I really dedicated my whole life to awakening and to helping people and to my own consciousness exploration. And I had 10 years of intense practice of meditation. I was led, after this awakening experience, I was led to the United States, to a center of A Course in Miracles. So this is my spiritual background, or I always say it's my spiritual home. And I was part of the Course in Miracles Academy for 7 years, and I had a lot of intense awakening experiences there. So that really formed my personality and also the work I'm now doing. And really a turning point in my own personal story was 2009, so exactly 15 years ago, when our teacher passed. Our main teacher, he was a master teacher, the leader of the Course in Miracles community in the US. So I'm just letting someone in. He passed, he left his body, and our community kind of fell apart. So this is often what happens when the main teacher leaves or dies or passes or leaves his body, that the community is just dissolving because people are just, they're doing their own thing. And I remember that I was in, hi Andy, nice to see you. I remember I was in deep, deep grief and pain because not only my main teacher had passed, I also had the feeling that I lost my family, I lost my support circle, my friendship circle, and I had to come back to Vienna, or I decided to come back to Vienna in 2009. And I felt totally, as I said, lost and devastated because everything that has been important to me was gone. And I wasn't very grounded at the time, to be honest. I was a little bit spaced out, let's say. And I didn't really have a strong business mindset or a strong money mindset. And also I didn't have the resources to build a business. So I had all of my friends, most of my friends lived in the United States at that time. I didn't have a flat here in Vienna. I also didn't have money. And on the other hand, I had debt, like I had financial debts because I was just living on, I would just spend and I didn't really think about money. So that was the situation when I started my business in 2009, 15 years ago. And I just want to share that to maybe some of you who are in maybe difficult phases of your business or change, right? I just want to share it to also, to inspire you and to feel the courage, that if you want to do something, you can do it. Because from that point on, what I did, I was really listening to my soul. And I asked myself, so what actually is my life? What do I want to dedicate my life to? And what is my highest and truest calling? And I knew that I have to go for it. I knew that I had to go for it. I knew that my purpose in this lifetime is to help people, and I have to do it no matter what. So this is the commitment, energy, and the dedication that I felt at that moment. And I didn't know how, I didn't know how I could make it happen. I just knew I have to make it happen. And the beautiful thing is that the energy follows our decision. So, and then after I made the decision to be a coach and a healer, things just fell into place. It wasn't really easy in the beginning, but it really happened. And people showed up in my life that helped me. I would say they were like angels appearing all of a sudden, people that would just help me with the money. And then very soon I had a full practice in Vienna. So people just came to me. Some of you are here now, I think. And because they knew that there is energy of compassion and energy of truth and true dedication. And I soon started to teach other people in quantum healing modalities, in constellation work, in channeling also. And I had amazing clients, and it just really happened by my own, it all fell into place through my own decision. So that was the starting point. And now looking back to the past 15 years, I'm like, oh my God, like how did that happen? Because so many things just went, unfolded so beautifully. And I've certainly coached over 10,000 people so far, written 2 best-selling books. So they're here. I think some of you probably have read it. They're also in English. And I'm speaking at summits, international summits and conferences, and now working with people from all over the world. And it's such a privilege to be able to do this work. And so I just want to encourage you also for today, for the call, no matter where you are in your business, just use the time. And I'm gonna go with you through a powerful exercise, and we will work with energy activation, light code activation. So just use the time we have here together. And thank you so much for joining and for listening to my story. I hope it was inspiring for you. And yeah, I'm curious where you are coming from, if you feel like you can write it into the chat. But because we will need it. And you can also write down a few things for each of these areas. Yeah. So we have the vision, we have the why, and then we have the blocks. And I want to start with the first one, which is the vision. So I was talking about my own vision, like what my vision was when I started. And in my own experience as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, I know that even if you have been leading your business for many years, you always have to come back to that vision, to the essence of your vision and to the essence of your purpose. Because there are always going to be ups and downs in business, and there are always going to be phases in business when seemingly things fall apart and you have to realign with your highest calling and with your highest purpose. And often we think that things go wrong when they fall apart, right? So maybe you know that in your own business or life, that when things don't go well, we often think that we're doing something wrong. But I want to encourage you to change the perspective today. So look at your business or your life or your goals that you've set for this year, 24. And maybe let's start here also the call to tune in with your vision. Yeah. So you can also close your eyes if you want and take a few deep breaths. And also just open your heart to the beautiful people that are here in the room, to the energies here, to the guides and the helpers. We're also going to invite some master energies. You can invite your own team and drop down into the heart center and connect from the heart space to your higher self and really tune into your vision for the new year. So what is it that you really want? And I'm also going to show you another graphic